Hi guys, welcome to week 22. Yes, I am doing this update from bed because it's Saturday and it's raining outside and Bodhi's napping and I'm going to take a nap too. But I needed to do this update before it didn't happen. So, I feel like I have a lot to say. Sorry about that. What was that? Last week, when I was 21 weeks, we had our 20-week anatomy scan. Those were always so weird because, well, I guess it depends on who does it, but with my insurance, we have Kaiser, so we have to go to, like, the ultrasound tech, who isn't even a doctor or a nurse that I know, so it's very uncomfortable because they're not allowed to say anything. And our doctor warned us, she's like, don't be upset, don't be afraid. They can't say anything positive or negative about the ultrasound. They can't diagnose anything. So if they see anything strange, they can't say anything. So the whole time you're like looking at their face, trying to figure out what they're thinking and stuff like that. So uncomfortable. But we actually got a really nice lady. And it was really hard for me to see the screen. And that was a little frustrating, and I kept telling her I can't really see, and she's like, well, I can't move it, I have to be able to see and measure, and so she got up to get something, and I moved the screen, and I don't think she noticed, and she never moved it back, so I finally got to see a little bit, so that was good, but I didn't get to see as much as my husband did, which is kind of, I mean, it was good for him, but kind of sucky, because she took pictures, and even the pictures weren't great. She kept taking the same picture over and over of the face straight on, which all of you know is the creepiest picture in the world, and I'm going to include some in this video, but I can show you one right now too. But it's like the worst shot ever you can take a baby. Like, it's so creepy, and she kept taking it over and over. Here's just one example. But it's like the face, and it's not flattering at all, and she took one profile shot that didn't even turn out well. So that was annoying, but whatever. She did say at the very end, we were asking questions. She's like, I really can't answer any questions, but everything looks fine. So she was nice enough to do that, so that was good. So that lasted like an hour. Pretty sure it was like an hour. They measure everything. It's awesome. It's so cool. So we did that last week, and we have an appointment this Friday. Yes, this Friday. With an actual doctor who can talk about the anatomy stuff, I guess. I don't know. So it'll be my 24-week appointment, but I'm getting it done at 23 weeks because I'm a teacher. I think I've told you guys that before. And we have this week off for fall break. So I figured I'd take advantage of that and go see the doctor while we're on break. Because then my husband can go because he's a teacher too. Yeah, so that's what happened last week. It wasn't a real appointment. I couldn't talk about anything with her, so I didn't get any symptoms. I didn't get to talk to her about symptoms or anything like that. Or we did get to hear the heartbeat. That was cool. So that was it for that. As far as symptoms, my cat is helping. Why don't you go lay down? Go lay down. Symptoms this week. I had morning sickness again, and I think okay, let me back up. I grew a ton. My stomach has popped, my boobs are huge. I feel like every part of me is huge. Everybody keeps saying, you're so tiny, you're so itty bitty, I can't believe that you're 5.5 months pregnant. And I'm like, really? Like, I feel huge, 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 huge. And I've grown a ton in just the last couple of weeks. Like, it's just insane. So anyway, I think that's why I was having morning sickness, because in the beginning of my pregnancy, every time I would go through like some sort of growth spurt, I would get morning sickness, acne, very tired, backache. All of that came back last week. I was starting to lose all of that, and I was like, okay, this feels good. And then all of a sudden last week it just hit again. So, but I'm not surprised because I grew and that I'm totally fine with it. It's all worth it. And it's awesome because I know Maya, little baby in there, is growing too. So that's huge. I love it. But yeah, so everything is like, my boobs are huge and they're sore. So that's still happening too. I'm also having Braxton Hicks contractions. And I had forgotten about those. I had them at about 20 weeks with my son too, so I'm not surprised about that either. Those aren't very fun. They're not painful, but they don't feel good by any means, especially if you have to pee, because it, like, everything in there just gets tight. It's so bad. So anyway, I have those probably 3 times a day, maybe. It just depends on the day. Like, if I'm teaching, I'll get them more often because I'm on my feet. If I'm not teaching, I won't get them quite as much, but that's pretty normal. And she's kicking like crazy. It's so cool. And Jake has felt it, my husband has felt it, and my son Bodhi has felt it. And he's only 2.5, and he thought that was so cool. So, obviously he doesn't really understand what that is, but he still got to feel it, and he knew it wasn't normal, like it was something different, so that was kind of cool. And I actually got some video of it, so I will include the video in this update as well, because it's so cool to see. It's just slight, so you have to watch carefully, but I edited it so that you'll see it, like you'll be able to see it, but it's so cool that we can see it now, like we're getting there. We're over halfway there, which is crazy. I think I say that every time, though. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. That's about it. Yeah, everything is good. Everything's good. Like I said, I have an appointment on Friday. But it's, again, with somebody that I don't know. It's some different person, so I'm not quite sure what they're going to talk to me about or what we're going to do, but I'm assuming pretty soon I'm going to have to schedule my C-section, which will be nice because I kind of want to know when that's going to be. I started getting kind of bummed out about that the other day, thinking about having a C-section, because I definitely don't want to have a C-section. It's not my first option. But when I started like researching people that have had what I had last time, which was what they call the stage 4 tear. Pretty much that means you tear all the way. As far as you can tear, you tear through all your muscle, everything tears. And it's usually caused because you have an episiotomy and then that tears, which is what I had. And they had to use a vacuum. There was just a lot going on. So anyway, it was the worst pain I've ever felt. It was like the recovery from that was worse than labor. And it lasted 6 weeks minimum. Like, it was, oh my God. And it was sore, slightly sore for probably up to 6 months, maybe. It was really bad. So, of course, I don't want to go through that again. And they said if I delivered vaginally again, the chances of it happening again are good. And that it could cause permanent muscle damage, which I think I've talked to you guys about before. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. So, of course, that convinces me that C-section's a better route because the complications going with a C-section are less than what I would have vaginally in my situation. But C-section sounds so sterile, so planned, so, like, I don't know, it's going to be forever before I can even hold her and nurse and all that kind of stuff. I don't even know what to expect, really. I'm trying to research it and get myself more comfortable with it because honestly it is the best idea for me and for what we went through. It's definitely the better option. But I guess I just don't know what to expect, so having some difficulty with that, but my common sense knows best, so unfortunately. But that's okay. So anyway, hopefully I'll get to schedule that soon because it would be nice to know when that's going to happen so that I can start planning, like, getting a substitute for teaching, and family can sort of plan to be here and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I think that's it for this update. Nothing huge. I look like crap. I'm going to take a nap. I'm tired, but I'm on fall break, so woohoo! If there's anything to update about at the end of the week at my appointment, I will definitely update, but I'm assuming it won't be anything big. It's just going to be heartbeat and whatever. If they say anything cool about the ultrasound stuff, I'll definitely update you on that as well. Oh, the last thing I wanted to say was that, I'm not sure if I mentioned this before, my husband Jake was born with a heart defect on his, he had an aortic valve, aortic insufficiency is what they call it. So one of his valves wasn't working right, but he didn't actually get diagnosed with that until he was 27. And he had like emergency open heart surgery. It was crazy. So it was a birth defect that they never had like noticed or heard the murmur or anything like that. And so for both of our kids, it's been a huge deal for us to get them checked because it is a birth defect. So I guess at this last ultrasound, we told the tech that at the beginning, hoping that she would kind of ease our worries a little bit about it when she was looking at the heart. And she took a ton of pictures of the heart, and after a few of them, she's like, don't worry, we always take a lot of pictures of the heart. There's nothing wrong right now, don't freak out. And then after she got some good pictures, she showed us, and that was really nice because she didn't have to do that. But she showed us all of the valves, I mean not the valves, sorry, all of the chambers of the heart, that there were 4 chambers, and that if you look at the picture of the heart on the ultrasound, it's, you want to see like a plus sign or a cross so that you have 1, 2, 3, 4 chambers. And so she pointed that out to us, and she showed us the blood flow going through, and she said that everything looked great. And she was actually trained in ultrasound specialty of looking at the heart, so she knew what to look for, which was cool. So that was a huge relief because that's always been a concern for us for both kids, and hopefully what she saw was good. So I mean, maybe the doctor will talk about that on Friday as well. So if they do and there's something interesting to talk about, I'll update you. But hopefully it's all normal. It looked good as far as we could tell, and she didn't seem concerned. So fingers crossed everything is good with that. And I think that's it. So I'm going to stop yapping because it's already been 12.5 minutes about pretty much nothing. Yeah, but I guess that's it, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye!